Good evening, Tallahassee. This is student meteorologist Nico Sapienza. We have a current live look at Doak Campbell Stadium where it's now down to 76 degrees. It's been cooler out today because we've had the clouds all over, and it's actually felt pretty nice for late September because of this. If you look at your current temperatures, pretty much area-wide, we're in the 70s. Thomasville's at 72, Quincy's at 73, so it's even cooler. Our warmest spot right now, right along the coast, it's 80 degrees in Apalachicola, which is still below average for this time of the year. But looking at your future radar, as we go into tomorrow, we aren't going to see much in the way of showers and storms. However, we're going to see more clouds. That's going to keep the temperatures lower than they normally are at this time of the year. Looking at tonight's temperatures, though, 71 in Tallahassee, 69 in Monticello and Madison. Valdosta is going to be 69 as well. And it's going to be in the upper 60s to low 70s, pretty much area-wide. But your headlines for tonight: yesterday was the first day with measurable rainfall in Tallahassee in over a week since last Sunday. We're going to talk about some severe weather risks, and we are going to have a spotlight city of Indianapolis. And to pass things off.
Yeah, good evening and thanks, Nico. It was a cloudy and cool day across Tallahassee. Taking a look outside Doak Campbell Stadium, those clouds still around, the temperature is still sitting at 76 degrees. Clouds, again, just hanging around, kind of that gloomy day. And taking a look at temperatures overall today, 79 degrees. If we didn't hit 80 degrees, though, it would be the first time since April that we haven't hit 80 degrees for high temperatures. So a few degrees off the record, or off the average, rather. But we're not, super cold. We just haven't hit that 80-degree mark today. Taking a look around the area, just kind of hanging in the low to mid 70s. Apalachicola being the warm spot. They hit 80 degrees today. 77 over in Perry, 76 in Tallahassee. And dew point-wise, we've got that humidity in the air, so it's kind of muggy and uncomfortable. But temperature-wise, we're also balancing it out with cooler temperatures and a little bit of a breeze. 9 miles per hour in Tallahassee, all the way up to 12 miles per hour in Donaldsonville and 8 miles per hour in Thomasville. So we have had a couple showers and storms around today, and that has the Storm Prediction Center just an issue and non-severe outlook for the rest of the night. We might see a couple just sprinkles pop up as we go into the overnight hours. And then by tomorrow, that threat kind of shifts more east. And again, just some gusty thunderstorms are going to be around as we go into tomorrow and the overnight hours into Friday. By Friday, again, we're kind of back into that slight risk, or a non-severe risk, rather, of storms, but nothing really expected to become super strong. Taking a look at the radar across the southeast, we'll have most of our rainfall in the Big Bend region hanging off in the Gulf of Mexico, and then in the rest of Florida, we'll see up and down the I-4 corridor and I-95 as well, and the Space Coast. They're seeing the majority of the storms move through right now. But again, closer into Tallahassee, just a couple pop-up sprinkles and mostly clutter being picked up on the radar as those storms are fading as they start to work their way further inland. So as we go into the overnight hours, the clouds will fade a little bit, but the cloudy conditions returns for your Thursday, and just some pop-up sprinkles across the area. Some of us saying up to maybe 1/10 of an inch of rain in some spots come Sunday at midnight. So if you're walking the dog, we got a kind of nice forecast for dogs. Usually we've got hot temperatures that are uncomfortable on their feet. Well, now we've got some cooler temperatures. I think your dog very much will enjoy the relief in the cloudy conditions, cooler temperatures. Taking a look at the low temperatures tonight, some of us might get down into the 60s into the overnight, so might want to bring a jacket or something. But taking a look at the week ahead, sunshine finally starts to make its way back by Saturday, Sunday. Temperatures can get back near 90, and then by early next week, sunshine returns and plenty of warmer temperatures around, Nico. The rest of the southeast also, or the rest of Florida also looking similar?
Yeah, it definitely is. It's going to get pretty warm again. I am getting a little bit tired of this heat. But looking at Florida cameras right now around Florida, you can see the clouds keeping the temperature lower. Tallahassee at 76 from near the state capitol. Orlando, you're a bit warmer. You have some breaks in the clouds. You can see Miami Beach You're actually not super warm right now, but you do have breaks in the clouds. This is because of the sea breeze. Jacksonville, you now have the sun peeking out for the first time in a while because it was cloudy earlier. Looking around the state, you got cloudy conditions in 76 up here in Tallahassee. Most of the state is pretty cloudy. Right now in Tampa, however, you are having some thunderstorms, so if you have any plans to be out and about this evening in Tampa, be aware of the weather. Looking at your current dew points, you can see it's muggy, it's humid, so you're going to feel the humidity as you go out and about around the state. 75-degree dew point in Tampa as you're getting the storms, so you can tell it's humid there. And it's pretty much temperatures, or not temperatures, dew points in the 70s all around the state, except for Pensacola, it's a 69-degree dew point. So you've got pretty high dew points. You got a lot of moisture in the air today, and that's causing heat indexes of 86 in Pensacola. Tallahassee, it doesn't feel any warmer than actual air temperature because of all those clouds, but look at your heat indexes in southern Florida. Tampa at 94, West Palm Beach at 91. Key West is at almost 100-degree heat index. That's not going to feel nice. And as you look around the state, we've got the clouds locked in for today up here in the Panhandle, but up in northern and central Florida, you're dealing with showers and thunderstorms this afternoon that have popped up with the system in the area. Southern Florida, you had some showers and storms earlier today, but these have faded for the most part. And over the next 72 hours, you're going to see lots more rain, especially south of I-4, where you could have 2 to 3 inches even of rain. But the peninsula is going to see some rain. Meanwhile, here in Tallahassee and the Panhandle, it should stay dry. Looking around the state, Miami, the next 3 days, you got pretty much the same story, 60% chance of rain each day. It just gets a little bit hotter every day, and it's going to be very summer-like. Tampa, you're also going to be pretty summer-like with your high temperatures in the mid to upper 80s, with a 70% chance of storms tomorrow, 60% on Friday and Saturday. Orlando, you're going to be a bit warmer because you're going to get the sea breeze later in the day, but you're also going to be dealing with those showers and storms, 70% tomorrow, 60% Friday and Saturday. Jacksonville, you're going to have more of a northeast wind on shore, so you're going to start clearing out by Saturday, but this will create more of a coastal shower situation on Friday. And Pensacola, you're going to be dry as this whole system is going to be southeast of you, so you're going to stay dry for the next few days, and with the clearer conditions, you're going to be in 90s. Looking around the state for tonight, pretty much all of the state's going to be in the 70s. The peninsula is going to be seeing showers and storms. The only place below 70 tonight is going to be 69 here in Tallahassee, as we already have a cooler start. And tomorrow, it's going to be 83 degrees in Tallahassee, 87 in Tampa, 88 in Orlando. You're going to be dealing with showers and storms across the peninsula. You're not going to be dealing with the showers and storms up here, just some clouds. But now I'm going to pass things back off to Ryan.
Yeah, thanks, Nico. Let's take a look at the rest of the rest of the country, I should say. Right now, temperature-wise, most of us staying in somewhat of a comfortable pattern across the U.S. There's nothing super cold. Maybe Seattle in the upper 50s, Boston staying in the 60s, but most of the U.S. is kind of in a warmish pattern. Denver got up to 87, Bismarck 72, Minneapolis also 72, and as we work our way kind of into Midwest into the southeast, we'll see a couple of storms around and risk for some severe storms. Dew point-wise, we're seeing across the Midwest a lot of humidity, but then as we work our way further out to the west, near Denver on west, that's where our humidity levels get a little more comfortable, and it's not as, walk out the door and you're hit with that humidity. It's more of a, hey, it's a nice, comfortable day, nice, cool day to get out and about. Taking a look at future radar, we'll see a couple of showers and storms working our way through Chicago, Indianapolis, into Michigan, and then also a couple of storms hanging out near the southeast, near Florida, and then a couple of showers finally bringing some cooler temperatures into South Texas, where they've been seeing some super hot temperatures over the last few days. But upper level water vapors showing kind of where most of our moisture is hanging out. We'll see in the South Texas as well as in the Florida. And that big kind of swirling feature is a front moving its way through Michigan at the time. So tonight we are going to see a little bit of an enhanced risk, slight risk for severe storms kind of near Paducah into like southern Indiana and that region. And then by tomorrow, the threat decreases to just scattered thunderstorms through the Midwest, as well as Florida and the Dakotas seeing some of the enhanced or just, thunderstorms move their way through. By about Friday, that risk kind of increases just a little bit into the eastern regions of the Dakotas, into Minnesota and Iowa, seeing possibility for some of the stronger storms. But taking a look at the drought monitor, a lot of these regions need those storms to move through, especially into the Mississippi River Valley and into the Missouri and Illinois area. And then working our way further south, we'll notice Dallas on south into Houston, over to Louisiana. You guys are in a pretty severe drought right now, definitely needing that rainfall. And let's see what areas we can kind of relieve that drought. We're going to be looking mostly in the Kentucky and Ohio, and then some of our regions further west, like Minnesota, into Montana and Seattle, also gaining on some action. San Francisco and Los Angeles also seeing some rainfall over the next couple of days. Tonight we're going to be seeing, for the most part, across the country, between the 50 to 70 degree mark. Out to the west, we're going to see more 50s. And as we work our way further to the east, we'll start to see the temperatures start to increase gradually into the southeast. Most of us seeing in the 70s for lows tonight. New Orleans seeing at 77 degrees, Fort Worth seeing at 73. And then as we work our way further up the East Coast, some of us will be getting into the low 50s for overnight lows. By tomorrow, we are going to be warming nicely, especially in the Northeast. So Washington, D.C. sitting at 70 degrees, Boston sitting at 64. And then working our way across most of the U.S., some of us seeing upper 80s into the low 90s across the heartland, and then out to the west, temperatures finally cool a little bit, 72 in Los Angeles, 73 in San Francisco. A lot of us just seeing clear conditions. Just a couple of us are seeing those enhanced risk for showers and storms move through. And then in Indianapolis, we do have that risk for a couple of severe storms to work their way through. But Nico, you're going to have more on Indianapolis for us.
Yeah, I definitely will. And as we talk about our spotlight city in Indianapolis tonight, they're actually going to be dealing with the chance of storms later on this evening. But right now, it's 65 degrees and mostly cloudy. It's actually pretty nice out there for this evening. That feels really nice, but today you hit 77 in Indianapolis with a low of 63. So our high temperature is pretty similar to here in Tallahassee. Your low is a little bit cooler though because you're having less humidity and having less clouds today. But as you look at your day planner for tomorrow, tomorrow is going to be a nice day after the front, after everything passing by. It's going to be 75 degrees tomorrow afternoon. So that's pretty nice fall weather for Indianapolis. It's going to be 62 degrees in the morning, though, which is going to be a pretty chilly low, but not all that far off from what we could see even here in Florida next week. So it is going to feel pretty nice. But looking at your dew points around Indianapolis, here's where you can see the big difference from what we're having in Florida. Even though there's not a big difference in temperature, you're about 10 degrees lower in the dew point. It's not going to be humid as much as it is up down here, and it's going to be a pretty nice feeling temperature to be outside in if you're going to be going out and about in Indianapolis, or if you're going to be out and about southwest of Indianapolis. Northeast of there, they're missing their values right now, but I can see from the green on the map and knowing what's going on up here that I'm pretty sure it's more the same. But here's where you do have your problem with the potential for strong to severe storms rotating around this low pressure system that could happen tonight. Tomorrow you're just going to see showers. The sun's going to come out tomorrow, and that's why you're going to warm up to around 75 degrees by tomorrow afternoon. Now further north in Indiana, tomorrow it's going to be 67 in Fort Wayne and 66 in Gary because you're going to be dealing with more in the way of clouds and rain. Here's where our concern is for tonight though. Southern suburbs of Indianapolis, you're in a marginal risk for severe weather this evening. If you go further south into southern Indiana, near Evansville, or anyone in northern Kentucky, you're in a slight risk for strong to severe storms tonight. So definitely keep an eye to the sky and make sure to pay attention to any watches and warnings that are issued. As you head into day 2 tomorrow, you might see a few showers in the morning and thunderstorms. You have nothing more than a general thunder though. We aren't expecting much in the way of severe weather, maybe just a few strong gusty winds with the low pressure, with the storms rotating around it. And as we move into Friday, Friday looks like it's going to be a beautiful day. You have no threat of storms, no threat of rain even for Indianapolis on Friday. So going into the weekend, you're going to have really nice conditions to start the weekend on Friday. And here's where we're talking about our weekend forecast. After you get through tonight, 76 tomorrow with a morning low of 61, and that's going to be your warmest morning low the next couple days. It's going to feel really nice, and then as you look at Friday and Saturday, Your lows are in the mid-50s by then. You're not going to be humid. You're not going to see much even in the way of clouds in the sky. As you go into Friday and Saturday, it's going to be really nice out. So it might be a good weekend to make some outdoor plans to go outside, because you're going to be around 80 degrees and it's not going to be humid. It's going to be sunny. It's going to be dry, and that's going to be really nice or early fall weather to go outside. On Sunday, you warm up a little bit to 83. I believe the Indianapolis Colts are playing at home this weekend, so it might be a good day to go to that game, because it's going to be a really nice feeling first day of October. But now I'm going to pass things back off to Ryan.
Yeah, the Colts are home. If you're thinking to yourself, it's kind of a cooler day around Tallahassee, what can I do? We've got a couple of options for you. We've got Panama City, Sportsplex, St. George Island, Lake Bradford. They all look like the same picture, don't they? Cloudy, cooler temperatures. St. George, maybe a little peak of sunshine. That's kind of something I've missed today. It's been a gloomy day. Almost like, where is that sunshine that Florida is so known for? Taking a look at the radar, in the Tallahassee metro region, we are clear. A couple showers that are just fading as they're working their way near Carabel and Port St. Joe. But most of our moisture is going to be kind of off I-75 to the east, and then also hanging up in Georgia as well. Futurecast is going to show just clouds continuing to feed their way in. Finally, some clearing into the overnight hours by Thursday night, or by Thursday morning. But by Thursday sunrise, there won't be much of a sunrise to see, because those clouds are just going to stick around throughout the day for your Thursday. Weekend planner, we've got a lot of opportunities to get out and do something this weekend, and thankfully our rain chances are low. And then finally, by late in the day, Friday into Saturday, our clouds are going to start receding. 88 degrees for your Saturday. So if you're heading out and doing some karaoke tonight, 70 degrees, clouds around. Maybe wear something that'll keep you a little bit more comfortable, because I was just walking around today thinking, I need something a little warmer. If you're heading out to Stroger Library, 74 degrees, at least you're inside, but you might also, still want to bring something to keep you comfortable for that walk home. Clouds are just going to be hanging out. So what should we wear as we go into Wednesday into Thursday? Tomorrow, it's going to be 78 degrees, so we're going to get warmer, but we're not quite going to hit 80. And so maybe a t-shirt, a hat, something to keep you cool, because something to keep you comfortable, because I know how Floridians are. Anytime it doesn't even hit 80, we're pulling out parkas and sweatshirts and anything we can that keeps us warm. If you're going out for a drive tomorrow, just cloudy conditions throughout the day. Rain chances are going to stay on the lower side. I would say more towards I-75 to the east is where we're going to see those rain conditions. And by about 3 o'clock, hitting the 80s. If you're going out for a bike ride tomorrow, I would say tomorrow's a great day to go for a bike ride, because we've got comfortable conditions all across the region, Nico. 60s into the overnight tonight. Wherever you're at in the region is comfortable.
Yeah, it definitely is, and it's going to be nice all night. So if you want to go out and about, you may see the clouds, but it's not raining. It's actually feeling pretty nice. It's a great evening to be out. It's now down to 74, which is a really nice temperature to be out and about. And you got a little bit of a breeze, which I felt walking here from my dorm. And looking around the local area, you are seeing clouds pretty much everywhere, but it's not indicative of seeing any rain this evening like it was yesterday. St. George Island, right along the coast, where you do have warmer temperatures, you've got breaks in the clouds and the sun peeking out. But up here in Tallahassee, we have these clouds keeping it cooler. And on the radar, despite the clouds, pretty much all the rain has started to fall apart. So unless you're right along the coast, you're not going to see any rain the rest of this evening, except for maybe light showers. But it should stay dry. Looking at your current temperatures, we're in the mid-70s area-wide, except for our lone 80-degree reading right now in Apalachicola, where you do have the sun peeking out. As you get more cloudy into Georgia, it's 72 in Thomasville, and I'm noticing even darker greens further north in Georgia, where your temperatures are probably in the 60s right now. Looking at tonight's forecast, though, we're going to get into the 60s tonight. 69 here in Tallahassee. Georgia's going to be even cooler, though. 65 in Bainbridge, 63 degrees in Thomasville is our cool spot. Our warm spot right along the coast, being influenced by the Gulf, is 70 in Apalachicola. If you're going to be going out tomorrow, though, it's going to be 72 when you might be waking up and just going out for the day. It's going to feel nice. By noon, it will be about 77. And then by 3 o'clock, we should be in the low 80s, where we are expected to have a high around 82, 83 tomorrow. So if you're going to be out by 3 in the afternoon, it might get a bit warmer than today, but the clouds could keep the heat a little bit lower than expected tomorrow again, so we could have one more cooler than normal day before we start warming back up. As you look at your future radar, you can see maybe having some breaks in the clouds overnight, but we're going to have a pretty cloudy day tomorrow for the most part, although late in the evening we do start seeing those clouds start to break again, and on Friday it looks like we're going to see some more sunshine, so it won't be quite as gloomy as it's been, although that does keep the heat down. It's going to be 83 tomorrow in Tallahassee and 83 in Monticello, so we're going to be looking at nice temperatures pretty much area-wide. But looking at our week ahead, it's going to be pretty nice all week, actually. And now I'm going to send things off to Ryan to look at one last look of our 7-day to close out our show.
One last look at the 7 days. So for Thursday, clouds are hanging around. Friday, rain chances stay low. Temperatures climb a little bit with that sun peeking out during the day. Saturday, Sunday, temperatures hit the mid-80s, mid to upper 80s. Plenty of sunshine by Sunday. And then as we start the work week, plenty of sunshine to go around. Temperatures getting into the mid to upper 80s. For all the latest weather forecasts, you can follow us on Twitter at FSU Weather, Facebook FSU Weather. If you're watching us live on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe. It's free, and you can check us out every night at 6 o'clock there. And follow us on Instagram as well at FSU Weather. We just did a few posts highlighting our team leaders. But again, that 7-day forecast, once we get to the weekend, conditions finally improve. Have a great night from all of us here at FSU Weather.